So, welcome. And so we've been doing a series of meditations on the lower scope and seen that we have a precious human rebirth and that that's impermanent. And the next meditation in the Lamrim series is the meditation on the lower realms. And what that means is a life where there's a rebirth with less possibility to practice Dharma. So we'll try and take it gently. It will be quite self-directed, so you can take it a little bit at your own pace. And yeah, so we'll try and make it not too heavy, but take care of your mind and do what's comfortable for you. So to begin, as always, we start by taking a comfortable position on the chair or the cushion. And just take a moment to check in with the sensations of the body, how the body is feeling. You can make sure that the back is straight and shoulders relaxed to support us. Letting go of any tension in the head or the neck. And then we bring the awareness to the top of the head and gently scanning for any tension, discomfort. Bringing the awareness to the neck and the shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders, the back, the chest, down to the hips. Relaxing the hips, the legs, and the feet. Feel the support of the ground or the earth underneath you, and when you're ready, you can take a long breath in and exhale, letting go of any thoughts, worries, distractions. Anything that's keeping you from being fully present. And so we can begin with our motivation. We can take as inspiration the words of Lama Tsongkhapa, who says, "A compassionate person is the most powerful healer, not only of their own disease and other problems, but also those of others. A person with kindness and compassion heals others simply by existing." And so we can try and develop a compassionate motivation for our meditation, for our day, for our practice. Knowing that we're doing this not just for ourselves, but to develop ourselves to be of benefit to others. So take a moment to develop your motivation for this practice today. And so with our motivation, we can do the refuge and bodhicitta prayer 3 times in Tibetan, asking for inspiration and support of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Sangye chodan soki choknamla, jancho badu jatni kyapsuchi, dagi jinsogi pe sonamki, Jola Penchit Sangye Jupar Sho Sangye Chadam Saki Chagnama Janchu Badu Jani Kyatsuchi Tagi Jinsagi Pe Sonampi Jola Penchit Sangye Jupar Sho Sangye Chodam Soki Chognamla Janchu Badu Jani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinsargi Pe Sonam Ki Jola Penchia Sangye Jupar Sho. And so with our motivation and our refuge, we can begin 5 minutes of breathing meditation, taking as the object whatever is most comfortable for you. The air coming in and out of the nostrils, or the rising and falling of the tummy. So we'll do the breathing meditation for 5 minutes. If you notice the mind wanders, just gently bring it back to the object of meditation, the breath. And so with a mind that is more calm and focused and relaxed, we can begin by remembering that we have a precious human rebirth, but it is finite. It will come to an end. And at that time, we can't take anything with us except our actions, positive actions and karma that we've created. All we take with us is what will ripen in future. And Essential Nectar says, alas, the meaningful life so difficult to find is impermanent and will soon be destroyed. And after death, I shall have no freedom to choose where I shall be reborn, because that's determined by my previous deeds. So we've created a variety of actions, and at this point, the Lamrim asks us to consider if we go to a lower realm, how will we bear the suffering? And so for the purposes of meditation on the lower realms, it's recommended to meditate on a way as if it's really happening to you and you are experiencing it, not just something that we observe. So we'll do 2 examples. And so to begin, we'll start with the animal realm. So you can choose any animal and try to imagine, what would it be like to be this animal, to live this animal's life? What freedom would they have? What food would they eat? What challenges? How would they be treated? So for 2-3 minutes, just using your imagination, you can choose whatever animal you want and just try and put yourself in their shoes. Imagine what it would be like. So we'll have 2-3 minutes to do that. And so we might think that it's quite pleasant to be an animal, perhaps, but they face many challenges. They can't tell us if they've eaten food that's made them sick, can't communicate their problems or worries. And even fortunate animals are quite dependent on others. It's probably not a state that we would choose. And we can consider that they didn't choose it. This state, it wasn't something that they consciously chose. And in the unfortunate rebirths, we know that there are also the cold hells and hot hells, characterized by extremes of heat or cold. And so again, using your knowledge, anything you've read in texts, or simply your imagination, and try to imagine what it would be like to be a being in a place of extreme heat or extreme cold. Or if you can prefer, you can imagine something closer to home, like what it would be like to live through a bushfire. So you decide, you choose the object of your meditation, and then try to imagine what it would be like to be in that being's life, in their skin. Imagine what life would be like for them. And again, we'll do this for 2 minutes. So we can see that these unfortunate states are not something that we would want to experience. Nobody wants suffering, but it occurs. And Dharmakirti said it arises because it depends on causes. So just like seasonal fruit or flowers depend on all their specific causes and conditions without which the fruit or the flowers won't arise. The same for any result that's produced. Without the right soil, temperature, we don't get oranges or fruit. And he said the same thing with suffering. And so try to reflect on whatever you know about dependent arising and cause and effect. whatever exists that's produced, he said, depends on causes. And so, since suffering depends on causes, it can be removed. We don't have to experience it. So, this is the knowledge of the Panditas from a long time ago, but we can investigate and think, well, if that's true, what does that mean for my life? How can I make that knowledge relevant to my life now, to my practice? So try and investigate and see if that has any relevance for you. Knowing that things depend on causes, we can create the causes of the future we want to experience and purify the causes that we don't, of the future we don't want to experience. And we have that opportunity in our hand now. So knowing that we have the future in our hands, how can we take knowledge of unfortunate rebirths into our day, into our practice, and into our life? Try to investigate for yourself and notice any insights or conclusions that you come up with. And so to conclude, we can recall that there are people experiencing difficulties of all kinds and all the unfortunate states of rebirth. But we've created positive potential together by motivating with a positive motivation. And so we can dedicate all of that merit for the freedom from suffering and perfect happiness of every single sentient being without exception. And we're told that if we dedicate all our merit in the way that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dedicate, if we dedicate wishing to do that, then our merit doesn't become exhausted until all sentient beings have attained enlightenment. So we can dedicate our merit with the wish for the freedom and happiness of every single sentient being, regardless of their rebirth, where they are, where they're born, for all of them to have every happiness until enlightenment. And we can also recite the dedication prayers. Oops. Okay. So we can do the dedication prayers in English. So due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. And the long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majunat's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And for His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Self, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe Thubten, beloved teacher, leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. Now you can add your own dedications as well. So thank you so much, and I wish you a beautiful day, wonderful week, and please take care of yourselves.